All right, welcome to the basics of whole food plant-based eating. We're here to help you develop an understanding of eating whole food plant-based to help prevent and potentially reverse some of the top 5 causes of death in the US. These top 5 causes, these top 5 diseases are all nutrition related, and they include heart disease, cancer, diabetes, stroke, and chronic kidney disease. So today we're going to be sharing with you about the basics of whole food plant-based eating, and we'll introduce ourselves. So you'll be hearing from the dietitians at Sweet Pea. And as you're watching the webinar, we encourage you to write down your questions and reach out to us. We'll provide our contact information at the end of the webinar.
All right, so to tell you a little bit about Sweet Pea, our mission is to grow public awareness of the health benefits of plant-based nutrition and provide tools to make a plant-based lifestyle attainable for all. And since the beginning of our nutrition coaching program, we've been able to impact the lives of over 400 individuals. And our vision is to cut the chronic illnesses killing Americans in half. So Jen just mentioned all these different diseases that Americans are dying from, many of which are related to nutrition. And so we're able to prevent those, we're able to treat those, and even reverse those diseases in order to be able to live longer and healthier lives. And our values are we work sustainably. So our kitchen actually collects its kitchen scraps to be able to compost them. The dietitians, we don't have any sort of paper trail. We do all of our work electronically, and we work with local producers, the Headwater Food Hub, to be able to get produce. We work with Full Moon Farms Organic and Leap Foods in order to get mushrooms to help create some of the wonderful meals that our chef Ryan creates. We also value our people, so whether it's our customers, our vendors, the people that work for Sweet Pea, and we are able to do that by always doing the right thing.
So we'll go ahead and introduce ourselves now, and I'll start it off. So my name is Jen Nguyen. I'm Director of Nutrition at Sweet Pea Plant-Based Kitchen and a certified personal trainer. You'll see on the screen here that Linda and I both have the same last name. However, we're not related. We both live in different areas, but it's a very common last name. My specialty revolves around sports nutrition and plant-based eating. Prior to joining the Sweet Pea team, I was a school dietitian. I worked per diem as a clinical dietitian and worked at an athletic club providing nutrition counseling services to members, in addition to doing some personal training as well. I completed my undergrad in nutrition and dietetics from Cal State Long Beach. So I am a transplant from California and moved here to complete my dietetic internship at Cornell University. I joined the Sweet Pea team back when we first started the meal delivery service and came on full-time that summer. And since then have been helping clients discover how movement, eating, and improving one's well-being can lead them to a happier, healthier life. And now I will turn it to the rest of the team to introduce themselves. So Linda, go ahead.
Hi, everyone. My name is Linda Nguyen. I'm a dietitian based in Missouri. I am the newest RD member of Sweet Pea. I was hired last summer, so it's been about 8 to 9 months now. A little bit about me. I completed my undergraduate studies at St. Louis University and my master's at Ball State University in 2017. I've been a clinical dietitian since then, currently working part-time at St. Luke's Hospital, in addition to coaching with Sweet Pea. I work inpatient, but I have spent some time at working at a cardiac rehab facility where I taught nutrition workshops, provided cooking demonstrations to promote the benefits of a predominantly whole foods plant-based diet. I myself have been vegan and plant-based for over 5 years, 5.5 years now. My ultimate goal is to help encourage individuals to be more plant-forward and just convince people that eating plants does not mean boring salads. I also have a special interest in gut health and healing IBS symptoms. Thus, I became low FODMAP certified through Monash University. My advice for those considering going completely plant-based is that it only gets better with time, to allow yourself to make mistakes and strive for progress, not perfection.
And my name is Kendra Horn. I'm a registered dietitian and certified health education specialist. I've been a dietitian for 15 years and I've been with Sweet Pea for almost 2. I completed my undergraduate degrees at Miami University in Ohio. I am located in Ohio, and I completed my dietetic internship through Oklahoma State University, and then completed my master's degree through the University of Alabama. I've worked in hospitals and nursing homes. I've done community nutrition through the Oklahoma Cooperative Extension Service. I have taught for several different colleges and universities throughout the US, and I currently have been teaching for the University of Maryland's global campus for 6 years. And then of course with Sweet Pea. I am also a certified intuitive eating counselor. So I like to help clients learn about the benefits of a plant-based diet while also helping them to heal their relationship with their food and let go of the dieting mentality, and learn to move and love the bodies that they're in. I have been plant-based for almost 11 years. Prior to that, I was a lacto-ovo vegetarian from high school all the way through college and then early into my career. All right, so I'm going to start us off by talking about the word diet. The word diet has a lot of negative connotation associated with it. We tend to think of something that's going to be short term. It's gonna be really strict. We're gonna have to give up favorite foods, but it's also going to cause us to lose extraordinary amounts of weight and obtain the bodies of our dreams. But the word diet in reality really just means the things that we regularly eat and drink. And so we can eat a standard American diet, animal-based foods and processed foods, or we can eat a diet that's comprised mostly of plants, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, a vegetarian diet. But it's really just the things that we eat on a regular basis. And this leads to habitual nourishment. So if we're following the standard American diet, that would mean that we would end up eventually leading us to disease and disease states. Or if we're following a more vegetarian diet, then hopefully we can remain healthy and avoid those diseases. So when we say whole food plant-based diet, we're not talking about something that's a fad or short term, but in the next slide, Linda will talk more about that. But there's lots of different types of vegetarians. So we have lacto-vegetarians, lacto-ovo vegetarians, ovo vegetarians. And so I'd mentioned that previously, that I was a lacto-ovo vegetarian. Lacto means that I included dairy, and ovo means that you include eggs. But there's also pescatarians who would include fish and plants. Proletarians would include chicken. And then on the next slide, Linda will describe the difference between a vegan and a whole food plant-based diet.
To keep things simplified, anything whole foods plant-based can be vegan and plant-based. However, not all vegan and plant-based foods are considered whole foods plant-based. So vegan and plant-based diets exclude all animal and animal byproducts such as eggs, dairy, honey, but this still includes oils and highly processed foods such as Oreos and potato chips and so on. Some people follow vegan diets for ethical and environmental reasons, not necessarily for health reasons. A whole foods plant-based diet, on the other hand, consists of all fruits, vegetables, whole grains, nuts, seeds, legumes, and minimally processed foods. Some examples would be plant-based milks, cereals, breads, pickles, fermented foods, etc. So these foods are still in its original form. It may be slightly altered for the main purpose of preservation, but does not substantially change the nutritional content of the food. In addition, whole foods plant-based diets excludes oils. And yes, this entails extra virgin olive oil and coconut oils. Whole food plant-based diets do not include oil because oil does go through a highly refined process to become an oil. Oils also have a certain shelf life. So when they become exposed to air and light, they oxidize or break down. So you start to lose those antioxidants. Additionally, oils are one of the most calorically dense foods. 1 tablespoon of oil can add up to 120 calories per serving. And if you think about having 3 meals per day that consist of oil, that's about 350 calories per day, which is essentially a meal for most people. Oils do have a certain smoke point, so when exposed to high heat, they tend to break down and form carcinogenic compounds that are harmful to the body if it's cooked past the smoke point. Small studies have also been done and revealed that some oils may be damaging blood vessels as well as forming plaques in the arteries. So, for those who are concerned about heart disease, it may be an important consideration to avoid. So the first among the food groups we're going to talk about today are fruits and their health benefits. Fruits contain fiber. So fiber slows down the release of natural sugars found in whole fruits into the bloodstream. And there are two types of fibers. There's insoluble and soluble fiber. We will talk more about this, about fiber shortly. Fruits provide a good source of potassium, which helps maintain a healthy blood pressure. It helps with nerve function, muscle contraction. It moves nutrients into the cell and removes waste out of the cell. Potassium is also important in offsetting sodium's harmful effect on blood pressure. And a fruit we all know that's highest, one of the highest in potassiums are bananas, for example. Vitamin C is important for growth and repair of tissues, so the healing of wounds. It also helps with the absorption of iron. Folate helps the body form red blood cells, and a deficiency is associated with many diseases and disorders such as autism, cancer, cardiovascular disease, stroke, dementia, depression, to name a few. We'll talk about phytochemicals shortly. Note that all fruits are included, even frozen and certain canned fruits. We recommend, however, if doing canned fruit, that you choose or find fruits in its own juices versus the one packed in syrup. So this is everyone's favorite fruit group that we're always striving to get more of, and here are the reasons why we should. Vegetables contain your familiar friend, fiber. So fiber found in vegetables have been shown to improve gut health by reducing risk of colon cancer and diverticulosis. Fiber helps the removal of cholesterol in our bodies while also increasing the healthy bacteria in our gut. Fiber helps keep you feeling full longer. The starch provided in vegetables provides us with energy. Vegetables also contain potassium and folate, which we talked about previously. Vitamin A helps keep your eyes and skin healthy and protects against infections. Vegetables also contain protein, and certain ones contain healthy doses of pre and probiotics. Again, all and any vegetables are included.
All right, and I'm going to cover this slide here on phytochemicals. So you've probably heard of the term phytochemicals, and it's not as bad as it sounds. It's actually another term for it is known as phytonutrients. So these are substances or compounds that naturally occur in plants, and they may provide health benefits beyond essential nutrients like vitamins, minerals, carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. According to the Produce for Better Health Foundation, they define phytochemicals as compounds that may act as antioxidants, protecting and regenerate essential nutrients, and or work to deactivate cancer-causing substances. So when you're looking at colors, the colors of the different fruits and vegetables seen here on the chart, the colors such as what makes a blueberry blue, or what makes a raspberry red, or a lemon yellow, the peel of a lemon yellow. Some of these substances that are found in these fruits and vegetables are thought to work synergistically with vitamins, minerals, and fiber, which are all present in fruits and vegetables and also in whole foods to promote good health and help lower disease risk. So when we're looking at the spectrum of different colors found in these foods, there's not one single food that offers a magic pill, but it's rather a combination of these different foods that you see here that can offer multiple benefits. On the right-hand side, you see that there's a list of actions that the various colors have to provide to protect our immune system, our brain, help with eye health, fight off inflammation, and more. So while you're eating your next meal, we want to encourage you to think about how many colors you can include in that meal and use each meal period as an eating opportunity to get more nutrients in. So, ditching that calorie mindset, but thinking about how can I get more colors from all these different foods in. Because if you are able to get different colors of the rainbow, you can see on the chart on the right hand side here, there are so many benefits that you're giving your body. So increase your phytochemical or phytonutrient intake by incorporating more fruits and vegetables.
And next, I'm going to talk about grains, another group of food that's included on a whole food plant-based diet. As a society that's really enmeshed in diet culture, many of you have heard of diets that try to exclude grains. And really, it's quite the opposite of what we want to do in order to be healthy. Grains provide us with a whole host of health benefits, a lot of it related to fiber. So as Linda mentioned, fiber helps to bring down our blood pressure and reduces our cholesterol levels. It also helps with regulating our blood glucose, helping to keep our gastrointestinal tract, our gut healthy, and also helps with weight management. Grains provide us with B vitamins, and these are necessary for our cells to be able to function like they should. They also are important cofactors in energy metabolism. Grains provide us with iron, which is important for carrying oxygen in our blood. Magnesium is needed in over 300 different reactions in the body. So we want to be sure to have plenty of magnesium, and it's something that's lacking in a lot of Americans' diets. Selenium actually acts as an antioxidant in the body and helps to reduce oxidative stress. Grains provide us with protein, which might be a surprise to some of you. We tend to associate protein as coming from animal-based foods, but we really get protein from almost everything that we eat, including grains. The grains also contain potassium, and so that was exactly how they lower our blood pressure by helping to do that. But we find grains, good sources of grains come from whole unprocessed wheat. So if you think about whole wheat bread, whole wheat tortillas, oats, rice, bulgur, popcorn, all of those are excellent sources of grains. And we know that the more grains that we eat in their whole form, the lower our body weights are, the less risk we have for disease, and the longer we live. And next are beans and legumes, and this is a really excellent group for us to use to be able to obtain enough protein, which is we're easily able to do on a plant-based diet by including a wide variety of foods. But plant-based sources of protein don't provide us with any sort of saturated fat. And saturated fat is really the primary driver behind many of the diseases that we're dying from. So heart attack and stroke and dementia is all related to saturated fat, which we find primarily from animal-based foods. So we want to try to get more of our protein from plants because they're less stressful on the body. They provide us with fiber, iron, magnesium, zinc, which is important for our immune system. They also provide us with folate and potassium. And so we're thinking about chickpeas and lentils and all of the other sorts of beans, black beans, pinto beans, and of course, soy, which is an excellent source of protein for someone on a plant-based diet or not. And we can get them canned or we can get them dried, but they're all excellent sources of protein for us. And nuts and seeds are next. Nuts and seeds are an excellent way to reduce our risk for stroke. They also provide us with fiber. If you guys are noticing a trend, everything is giving us fiber. They give us vitamins B and E, magnesium, potassium, phosphorus, and calcium, which are important for our bone health, zinc, iron, and copper, which is also important for energy metabolism. And any and all nuts and seeds are included on a whole food plant-based diet, but we want them to be raw or dry roasted without oil. And then, of course, we want them to be unsalted so we can help to control our blood pressure. So walnuts, almonds, cashews, pistachios, pecans, macadamia nuts, flax, chia seeds, hemp, pumpkin seeds, flax. Oh, I already said flax. Those are on there as well. Sunflower seeds as well. And a lot of these provide us with an essential fatty acid called alpha linoleic acid, or ALA. And when we consume that essential fatty acid, our body is able to take a small amount of that and turn it into DHA and EPA, those omega-3 fatty acids that we're more familiar with, that are important for our brain and our heart and our vision.
So before I go through this 2-day sample menu, I hope you've gotten the key message that we're trying to share here, and it's to increase your fiber intake. 95% of Americans fail to meet the recommended intake for fiber, and that is 25 grams per day for women and 38 grams per day for men. 2 observational studies revealed that on average, we get only half of that, so 10 to 15 grams per day. So while you're thinking about doing a whole food plant-based diet, or you've done it before, people on this diet can actually get anywhere between 25 to 40 grams of fiber per day. So if there was one nutrient that you asked us what we should focus on, it should be increasing your fiber intake. This is the super nutrient, I like to say, it found in foods that we should be including. So here is a sample of a 2-day menu. So feel free to pause and take a look and write it down or do a screenshot, whatever you need. The links to the recipes will be posted in the comments section of the video. For breakfast here, you can do oatmeal or muesli with an unsweetened plant-based milk. We recommend to usually add berries to that, and also flaxseed meal. You can also add nuts as well to add a little bit of texture. For lunches, keeping it simple and doing a soup and a salad, or doing a large salad with beans and whole grains. For snacks, we usually recommend keeping it simple to fruits and nuts, oil-free hummus or some sort of a bean dip along with veggies, or some oil-free unsalted crackers like Mary's Gone crackers or Wassa crackers are good brands. By combining snacks together, we can actually help keep ourselves full. And when you're combining a source of carbohydrates along with a source of protein and fats, it's more of a complete snack. So you're not going to be eating, a big handful or 2 servings of nuts, but you're going to be consuming a serving of nuts and also a serving of fruit together. Everything that you see here contains fiber. It's also the fat and the protein content that helps keep you full. So when they work together, they're more effective for also nutrient metabolism. For dinners, we like to encourage clients to either order a sweet pea meal for dinner or for lunches. You can swap that however you'd like, but other recipes that you can look at might be doing some tacos with corn tortillas, a chili or squash soup with a mushroom quinoa pilaf for your whole grains and additional veggies on the side. Either roasted or steamed would work as well. Again, I had mentioned the sweet pea meals as an option, and we have clients using sweet pea meals and customers using sweet pea meals either for lunches or dinner, or a combination of both. So if you're interested in using that service to transition or to kick yourself off to eating whole food plant-based, we encourage you to visit our website. It's sweetpeaplantbased.com. And if it's your first time ordering, you can use the code FIRSTTIME15 for 15% off your first order. So that's FIRSTTIME15, all one word, for your 15% off. So reasons why you should consider whole food plant-based eating. We briefly discussed the nutritional benefits and also the benefits to prevent certain types of diseases such as heart disease, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, and reducing your risk of stroke and certain types of cancers. Secondly, the important nutrients found in whole food plant-based eating can help with immune support. Those vitamins and minerals include vitamin C, zinc, selenium, iron, and protein. Thirdly, because we are introducing foods that are low in saturated fat and low in added sugars, these foods are naturally going to be reducing your inflammation. And we're incorporating more foods that contain lots of vitamins, minerals, and that are more anti-inflammatory. Fourth, plants are naturally lower in calories. They're also higher in fiber, more nutrient rich. So that promotes a feeling of fullness, and it can help with maintaining your weight as well as weight loss for health reasons. And then plants for environmental benefits. So plants do require less water and land compared to livestock. Animal agriculture does put a lot of stress on the environment, and it uses up many of our natural resources and produces a lot of methane gas, which is an extremely potent greenhouse gas. And lastly, switching to a plant-based diet also lowers the demand for meat, dairy, and eggs, which dramatically reduces animal suffering on factory farms around the world. So hopefully a few of these reasons resonate with you and would encourage you to transition, shift, or go over to whole food plant-based eating or eating more plant-based. To bring things to an end, we just want you to consider about learning more about our Whole Health Reset program. In this program, you do receive all of your meals for lunches and dinners, along with and these options are prepared by Chef Ryan, who's a classically French trained chef. The menu changes on a cyclic menu, so you get different options every week. Breakfast and snacks will actually provide you with options during your one-on-one session with a registered dietitian, which will be actually weekly meetings to ensure that we can help overcome any challenges, make menu changes if we need to, and provide you with nutrition education to link what you're putting into your body to how and why it's changing. And lastly, in the program, you'll also receive a customized meal plan developed just for you, along with tools on how to develop your own meal plan. So there's a lot of structure up front, and then we allow for flexibility as we move into the program and work with you to find what type of a balance you're looking for. People that have done our program have joined for various reasons, and some may have not been previously whole food plant-based, but may have already been whole food plant-based, but have been unsuccessful sustaining it, maybe due to lack of time of preparing for foods, maybe not having enough nutrition knowledge to put meals together, or they simply just need the accountability. We've also had endurance athletes who enter the program to improve their performance, reduce injury, and increase longevity in their sport. And lastly, the largest population that comes to us are people who are looking to improve their health. These are individuals that may not want to be on medication, people who have had certain eating behaviors that may warrant guidance from a dietitian like Kendra, someone who simply may want to prevent disease risk. And so this Whole Health Reset program is for anyone. The meals are really for anyone. It's really up to you to decide how much of this you want to incorporate in your life. So in the program, what you can expect, so during and after the program, individuals have reported physiological changes such as increased energy levels, improved sleep, decreased inflammation, and an overall feeling of wellness. And this is due to, again, decreasing the amount of saturated fat intake, added sugars, highly processed foods, and increasing fiber, nutrient-rich foods, and making lifestyle changes to their daily routines, such as improving, getting more sleep, incorporating some sort of movement or physical activity, increasing their water intake, and other goals that we usually will set with clients one-on-one. Now I'll have Kendra and Linda go through the other benefits.
Many of our clients will also report having improved medical stats. So they'll experience decreased blood pressure, their cholesterol levels will lower, and their blood glucose levels will be able to be normal again, so that they can get off many of the medications that they're currently on.
So when you're on the program, you will receive tools and resources to make whole foods plant-based sustainable, in addition to scientific recommendations and ongoing support from registered dietitians. If you are unsure where to start or would like to learn more about whole foods plant-based eating, here are some resources for you. We've listed some credible websites for research or recipes and some book recommendations. If you're more of a visual learner, consider watching one of these documentaries.
And this is our contact information. So it's at sweetpeaplantbased.com. You can email Jen or myself, I'm Kendra or Linda, or you can reach out to us at our 1-800 number. But if you have any questions or concerns, we're always happy to answer questions. So please don't hesitate to reach out.
Thank you so much for joining us today, and we hope to hear from you soon. Take care, everybody.